The breaking news that we can confirm to you now, indicative of what the Indian government had decided. Let's just play that breaking news for our viewers now. The India versus Pakistan Champions Trophy showdown has escalated. India's intelligence agencies have issued a terror dossier, a fresh terror dossier to support their decision not to send the Indian cricket team to the Champions Trophy hosted by Pakistan. India says no to playing cricket in Pakistan. The dossier is a comprehensive report. We have a copy with us on terror activities originating from Pakistani soil, outlining numerous attacks carried out by groups that are actively backed by the Pakistan government over the last many years. Evidence within this dossier points to direct involvement and logistical support provided by Pakistan-based terror organizations. According to these reports accessed by India Today, the International Cricket Council, or ICC, has officially requested a written explanation from the BCCI regarding its decision. The request, reported by Pakistan's Geo News, highlights the broader implications for global cricketing events and potential disruptions to the sport's international calendar. But remember that what India Today has broken now, Zakir Rehman Lakvi, 2611 mastermind, living life king size in the cricket venue cities, more than vindicates and validates India's decision. Indian cricketers and officials have voiced unanimous support for the BCCI stance, emphasizing that player safety remains paramount. And in the shadow, in the wake of India Today's investigation by Ankit Kumar and Arvind Ojha, all those debates simply evaporate. I want to bring in the India Today Group sports editor, Vikrant Gupta, also our defense editor, Shivani Sharma, in on this. Vikrant, quickly to you first, the dossier that the Indian government has submitted to the ICC more than details the reasons why, not sending the Indian cricket team was the only sensible decision. What do you think of that, Vikrant?
True. And Shiv, there was no other option as well. I think Pakistan were naive in thinking that the Indians would travel there. And I would say that the Indians led them into believing last year when the Asia Cup was conducted in hybrid fashion and the Pakistan team did come to India for the World Cup. I think they believe that the Indians will travel to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy. But there hasn't been any change in stance. Secondly, the dossier is dangerous not just for the Indians, but I think there are a few other cricket boards now, Shiv, who would not be very keen in going to Pakistan. So Pakistan now has very limited options. I mean, the hybrid was suggested to them where India play their games in Dubai. But now that the Pakistan government has jumped in and they are saying that it's all or nothing, which means that the Champions Trophy has to be held in Pakistan only, may actually take away the hosting rights from them. Because, see, no chance of India traveling to Pakistan. There also would be a few other teams who might take a back stage. See, traveling for the bilateral is different. And any threat perception for the Australians or for the English will be different to the high potential target that is the Indian cricket team. So Pakistan now has to step down. They have to say, okay, we'll take the hybrid model. We remain the host. Now, since the Pakistan government has gone on and done this cunning act, as Sushant said, taking the Champions Trophy tour to POK cities, and with the BCCI Secretary Shah condemning it, speaking to the ICC, asking the ICC how could the PCB unilaterally release the tour, because this was supposed to be released by the ICC with different cities. Now that the BCCI has jumped in and the ICC has spoken to the PCB, what can happen is, Shiv, if Pakistan remain adamant on hosting the Champions Trophy only in Pakistan, they stand to lose out on the hosting rights as well. Imagine Pakistan saying, okay, we pull out. The Indians would say, okay, then we'll hold the Champions Trophy. I know the India-Pakistan game is a piece of cake. The broadcaster would also not want the India-Pakistan game or the games in future to be cancelled. But the BCCI may just have an ace up their sleeve. What if they compensate the broadcaster? What if they compensate the ICC members? And then that old tale of share aa gaya, and finally when the share comes and Pakistan realized that their importance in world cricket was only because of India. I mean, if they think that they're legends, they were legends by association. It wasn't the Pakistan cricket team, it was the India-Pakistan game. What if There's one ICC event which goes on without Pakistan, which may not be 100% success, but even if it is a 90% success, that can pave the road for the future, which will be very clear for India, and it will be a dark road for the Pakistanis.
Vikrant, very, very quickly, I wanted to ask you specifically about this investigative news break by Ankit Kumar and Arvind Ojha, where they have confirmed the presence of 26/11 terror attack mastermind Zakir Rahman Lakhvi living life king size in Lahore and Rawalpindi. He's been captured on camera living a free life. Not only does this validate India's stand not to send India's cricketers, but would this be something that the BCCI would also perhaps take into account as it builds its case with the ICC going forward?
Shiv, I can confirm to you right now, as we speak, the ICC and the BCCI is closely watching India today, and they are also closely watching Arsenal. So this will be one more leaf in that dossier. And like I said, so far it has been India or the Indian players or the Indian cricket team who would talk about their security. Tomorrow, with this new disclosure, could be a couple of other teams as well. Remember, the New Zealand cricket team 2 years ago, just on the basis of one email, abandoned their tour and went back to New Zealand.
Incredible. And I certainly hope that the teams that are contemplating taking a back seat and dodging this particular trophy, this tournament in Pakistan, follow through with that decision, because it doesn't get more explicit than this. Vikrant, thank you so much for that very, very interesting and very important input. The BCCI is watching India Today's investigation very closely, and what we've just reported to you becomes another leaf in that book. Sushant, Ankit and Arvind continue to stay with me. Before I go back to them, our defense editor Shivani Sharma, who brought us that dossier, is also live with me. Shivani, when it comes to India and Pakistan, the word dossier is almost meaningless. Pakistan has never acted on any dossier, not a single one, and most certainly not as far as 26/11 is concerned. But this dossier impacts them directly, because there will be, a fallout. The ICC is looking very closely at Pakistan. There is pressure now on Pakistan for the first time, perhaps, thanks to an Indian dossier.
Shiv, the investigative report of India Today and this dossier is certainly going to hit Pakistan very hard, because it has invited more trouble. Nobody is surprised to see how it has been involved in harboring these terror acts against India over decades now. And this fresh dossier has brought a comprehensive evidence of how Pakistan has been not only trying to push terrorists inside Indian boundaries, but they have been planning, living in Pakistan for years. They have been comfortably living there, planning terror attacks against India. And this particular dossier also shows how when these terrorists have been neutralized by the forces in India, there are majlis prayers that have been organized in Pakistan for them. And these attacks are very much evident, and they show how India's decision not to send our cricketers to Pakistan remains very valid. And there's no question of sending the cricket team to Pakistan, because not only Lakhvi, but a number of other terrorists are roaming freely inside Pakistan.
Very true.
The decision of India's BCCI cannot be challenged at all. In fact, the dossier now, which the BCCI will be sharing with ICC, might invite more trouble, as more and more countries can back out from this tournament.
Very, very true. Shivani, thanks very much for that input.